What up, YouTube? It's your boy Trucker named Jay coming at you, man. Part 2 of my the truth about local truck driver. Kind of wanted to give it a little time before I, came out with the second part of the video. Cause I got a lot to talk about it, man. You know what I mean? On my opinion about it, and just how I feel. One of the things that I take pride in on my YouTube channel is I try to be as honest as I can, whether it's the good, the bad, the ugly. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not proud of everything that I've put out on YouTube, which is probably why I deleted my original channel. But, I am proud that the fact that everything that I put out was a direct reflection of how I felt at that time. So, yes, I may have changed my mind about shit. Yes, I may have, hopped around, whatever you want to call it, but I always felt like I was doing what was best, or something that would lead to what was best for me in my situation. You know what I mean? So a lot of people can't say that shit. You'd be surprised how many of these cats on YouTube do shit strictly for YouTube purposes. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those guys. You know what I mean? I just act. React. Not always saying my actions or my reactions are always the best judgment call, but hey, we make our decisions in life and we fucking live with them. That's all we can do. Ain't no sense that we don't complain about them, nothing, regret them. We just make them and we fucking live with them. What else can you do? You know what I mean? But like I was saying with the local gig, man, like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being local. I've only got the experience of a port driver, local port driver. Oh, dropped my phone. My fault, y'all. We good, yeah. I've only got the experience from a local port driver. This is an all-black video, by the way, if you ain't figured it out by now. I'm driving, and I don't have a cell phone stand. I can't find my old cell phone stand. So, my other one broke. So, I'll probably buy one here shortly in the next couple of days. Till then, I can do driving videos like this because I'm in my car, personal vehicle, and I don't gotta worry about nobody, no pussy ass troll trying to call the company and nothing like that. I'm not in nobody's truck. I'm not in the port truck. I'm not in the Swift truck. Ain't in none of that shit. I'm in the car. So eat a dick. But once I get back in the truck, I doubt if I make any driving videos at all. It's just not something that it seems worth it anymore. You know what I mean? Niggas be quick to call companies and all that bullshit. So, but anyways, back on track. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with being local. I'm not saying there is anything that I'm trying to talk anybody out of. All I can give is from my point of view. Okay? And from my point of view, being a local truck driver, and from a port perspective, just wasn't worth it anymore. This quality, the biggest thing, again, that guys try to say is quality time, and you're not spending quality time, and you're not, unless you got some great situation, which 9 times out of 10, if you got 2 years or below experience, you ain't coming into no great situation unless you got a hookup, straight up. I don't give a fuck nobody say, oh, well, I work 3 days a week and make $100,000 a year. Well, guess what? You must be sucking the boss's dick, because that's not an everyday situation you gonna find on Indeed, Craigslist, or no type situation like that. You are doing some type of sexual favor in the office for that position. That's just my opinion on that. You know what I mean? Those positions are out here, but they're not offered to average people like me and you. I guarantee you. All right. And the other thing, I feel like, man, like, money wise, and I know what people are gonna say. Yes, is there money local? Absolutely. Here's the thing. Here's what people leave out. Because here's the thing with trucking. When people are talking, you have to really listen behind, like, in that. You got to really, I'm trying to figure out how I'm trying to say it. You got to really listen to everything that they're saying. Even listen to what they're not saying. Understand? So you have to read in between the lines of the shit that you're going to hear out here in the trucking industry. And this is more so for my rookies, newer guys, people who are trying to come in trucking, may not be in it yet. Listen to everything. You'll hear guys say, yes, you can make just as much money at home as you can on the road. But ask them, how long does it take? Because yes, you can go get an LTL job. Yes, you can go get a line haul with same thing as LTL, some type of position like that, some specialized equipment, whatever, and make 70, 80, even up to $90,000 and be home every day, every other day. But how long is it going to take you to get that position? That's all I want to know. If it's something that requires 3-4 years experience, guess what? As an OTR driver, you can be making that 70, 80, depending on what you want to do OTR, like train or team, you can make that after a year, 2 years. If you lease, if you train, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they're not telling you. Yes, the money is local, but you have to put in a lot more work, which there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing. But if you like me and you don't want to spend that much time to get to that money, you want to have, bigger dreams, bigger aspirations, you're not going to wait that long. Your first, I feel like from what I've seen, your first year to 2 years to 3 years local, you're not going to make over 70,000 unless you're ready to work a fuckload of hours. And that's another thing that they don't tell you. Yes, you're making 75, 80,000, whatever, but guess what? You're putting in a lot of hours for that. So really it averages out to you only making an average amount of money. You're just working an unaverage amount of time to get that above average money, if that makes sense. It's no different than if I wanted to go work in a warehouse. Guess what? The base pay for the warehouse is $40,000. But if I am willing to put in the extra time, work extra days, come in earlier, stay later, I can pull 60 to 70,000 out of that position because I'm willing to put in it. It can be done. That's why you have people wonder why you have people who work in these warehouses for 5, 10, 15 years. They are willing to do that, which they're comfortable doing that. Everybody has a different level of comfortability, if that's even a word. So you may have people who are comfortable putting in 70 plus hours at a trucking job, 70 plus hours at a warehouse job, hundreds of, look at nurses. Nurses work hundreds of hours. You know what I'm saying? But they make good money. Me, I'm looking to be comfortable. I'm looking for a certain lifestyle. I'm not looking for a certain amount of money anymore. And that's what you got to understand. You got to understand, are you chasing money or are you just trying to be comfortable? And that's why I came to the conclusion, I don't want to be local. I want to be home. The difference is I want to be able to be home and to chill. I don't want to be home working all these dog ass hours. Because me, as a mentor at Swift, I'm telling you, man, once we get to the point where we teaming, I may be doing 40 hours a week, 30 hours as a mentor. Or, you know what I'm saying? That's just the reality. I can only go by my situation. And for my situation, being OTR, being a mentor is less work, it's easier, and it's more money. And ultimately, it averages out to more quality time because when I come home now for 5, 6, 7 days, we can go do whatever we want, take all the time we want, no schedule, no politic, none of that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Which is why I am over being a local driver. That's why I don't like it. That's the truth about being local. You want some people coming here and they're going to be like, oh, well, you don't know what you want to do. You said this, I've said a lot of things, man. But the beauty about me hopping around to all these different companies that I've hopped to is that I've had an opportunity to experience different things. So you got a lot of truck drivers out there now who may have been with one company. It's not a shot. This isn't any type of disrespect. Who may have been with a company for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and don't know anything else. So they're just living. They go by this one thing. And they think it's right, or they think that's the best thing when it may be better opportunities, but they'll never know because they're afraid to leave their job. So their situation may be a horrible situation for them, but they're so afraid to be labeled a job hopper, they won't leave. Where you have me, I've been around the block, pause, and guess what? I know exactly what I want to do now. I know exactly how I'm going to do it, and I have a plan on how to execute it. You know what I'm saying? Because when you don't come out here with a plan in trucking, that's what happens. You bounce around, you don't know what you want to do, and you have to figure it out. I have figured it out. I've gotten to a point where I know exactly what I want to do, which is why I'm going back to Swift, man. That's exactly why I'm going back to Swift. It's easier, it's better quality. When I say better quality, meaning I don't got to kiss no ass for no freight. I ain't got to, put on my clown suit and beg massa for. I ain't got to do none of that at Swift, man. You know what I mean? If I want to, when I eventually go back and lease, I know exactly how to be a successful lease operator. You know what I'm saying? If I want to eventually get multiple trucks, I know exactly what to do to be a successful fleet owner. You know, I'm not saying that anything is going to be easy. I'm not saying anything's going to happen fast. I just know what to do and how to do it. And I wouldn't have got that staying local. So the truth about local, in my opinion, man, is if you just, the thing is, the problem I have, and this is a conversation I had with D-Raj, shout out to King D-Raj, if I, 3 years ago, I would have been perfectly fine being local. Before I got exposed to YouTube and exposed to certain people and seeing their lifestyles and seeing the real opportunities out here in trucking and the real opportunities that trucking can lead to. Because remember, trucking is an entry-level position, and it creates opportunities to get into other levels of other businesses that you wouldn't be able to get anywhere else because your money won't be, long enough. But, 3 years ago, I'd have been perfectly fine making $60,000 and making it work, or $70,000 and making it work, because I didn't know better. And like I think it's LaShawn said, if you know better, you're supposed to do better. So now that I know better, and I know that there's better opportunities, there's better a better lifestyle to live, I'm trying to do better, man. I'm tired of playing games. I'm tired of trying to keep up with the Jeffersons, trying to live a certain lifestyle that everybody else back home is living. That shit ain't for me, man. It once was, it's not anymore. I've evolved, I've matured, I'm chasing bigger things. That's not knocking nobody who decides to do anything that may not be as lucrative as I'm trying to do, but that's just saying, for me, I feel like for me to do that, I'd be settling, and I don't want anybody to settle, period. If you got to question what you doing, you settling. If you keep looking at everybody else's pockets, you settling, because you constantly wondering, is there anything better? That's the way I look at it. And that's what I feel like local is. To me, my experience, my opinion. Now, you may have a local guy come up here and can feel the opposite. Hey, brother, that's your lifestyle for you to live. That's what you want to do. Kudos to you. Do your thing. But for me, it just ain't for me. You know what I mean? So take it with a grain of salt.